Now, you were not keeping security in the prison at that time.
No, my lord.
So you will not know if General Diya was beaten by Sergeant Rogers or any of his agents at that time.
No, my lord. I visited the prison on daily basis, and I had audience with every detainee. Every day I visited the prisons, and I expected any detainee who was harassed, not even tortured. I expected any detainee who was harassed to have complained to me, and General Diya never complained to me. Never.
Are you sure you are speaking the truth before this commission? Are you sure you are speaking the truth?
Maybe you should call General Diya to answer the question.
General Diya had given evidence before this commission and stated clearly that he was beaten by Sergeant Rogers and all the rest of them.
My lord, the same General Diya wrote here that on the day he was arrested, I tortured him, and I was in Lagos. So how can that be?
Lieutenant General Diya, Charge 1, treason, finding guilty. Charge 2, conspiracy to commit treason, finding guilty. Major General A.T. Olariwazi, Charge 1, treason, finding guilty. Charge 2, conspiracy to commit treason, finding guilty. Major General A.K. Adisa, Charge 1.
In 1997, Lieutenant General Oladipo Diya, former Chief of General Staff and number 2 man in the General Sani Abacha government, was arrested, tried and found guilty of treasonable felony against his boss. He was sentenced to death for his role in the coup, but later pardoned by General Abubakar after the death of Abacha. Lieutenant General Diya has always denied any involvement in the coup, even though the evidence against him was overwhelming, including an incriminating testimony by his own Chief Security Officer, Major Fadigbe. In 2001, Diya petitioned the Abacha government, including officers like Major Hamza al-Mustafa, Major Murmuni and General Ishaya Bami for implicating him in the coup and violating his fundamental human rights. In this episode, Major Murmuni is called upon to testify in General Diya's petition. He is accused of torturing General Diya during his detention in Jos. Major Murmuni was security officer during the tribunal in Jos, and his duty was to act as a liaison between the suspects and the Special Investigation Panel. He is being cross-examined by Umar Shetien, counsel to Brigadier Ibrahim Sabo, Mr. Taiwo Kupolati, SAN, counsel to General Diya, and Ibrahim Abbas, counsel to Mohammed Abacha. Before we get to the main video, take a second to like this video, subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you think about Diya's petition. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell, keep the comments civil, and I'll see you in the next video.
Taiwo Kupolati, holding the brief of Chief Kende Shofola. Now appearing with me is my learned friend, Kende Diya, Esquire.
With respect, my Lord Chairman, members of the Commission, I appear for Major Hamza Mustafa. My name is Clement Akbambo. With me, my Lord, are Amo bin Zelu, Esquire, and Bala Na Allah, Esquire.
Yeah, with profound respect to the Honorable Chairman and distinguished members of the Commission, I'm Ibrahim Adamu. I appear for Alhaji Mohammed Sani Abacha.
With profound respect, my Lord, and distinguished members of the Commission, I appear for Major General Patrick Newton Aziza. My names are Princess Monica Akiri. My Lord, I would apologize on behalf of my client who, right from the proceedings in Lagos, have been appearing. When we got home yesterday, he had an urgent message to go back to Delta. But he has promised that he will be here Deo Volente on Wednesday.
He is not the petitioner.
No, my Lord.
We can go on with you there.
Yes, my Lord.
We can go on. What about Major Fadibe? Is he now here? Oh, sorry.
With the greatest respect, my Lord, Dr. Abdulmuyassir Ladan for retired General Bashir Magashi.
With profound respect, my Lord, I am YC Michael. I appear for General I.R. Bamay. PSC, sir. Plus.
May I, with respect, my Lord, announce my appearance for Brigadier General Ibrahim Sabo and Major Bashir Murmuni. With me is my learned friend, Mr. Nambol Esquire.
With the greatest respect, my Lord, my name is Major A.S. Adamu. I'm a respondent in this petition. My Lord, I would like to observe that my Lord did say yesterday that the petitioner is rather unfortunate. He places personal interests on his family matter than the petition is supposed to pursue to its logical conclusion. My Lord, you could recall in Lagos, the petitioner was not cross-examined by all the respondents. I am one of them. So, my Lord, I'm making an oral application that the commission should make the petitioner available.
The petitioner himself, or
yes, my Lord.
His witness?
The petitioner himself, my Lord. The petitioner himself, my Lord.
Why was he not cross-examined? You were not present or what?
I was not present in Lagos City, my Lord. I wrote to the commission.
I see. Now, what we had yesterday was that this fifth witness, Major Fadibe, should be cross-examined. He was not here yesterday. Is he here today? Because the petitioner is not present. You can't cross-examine him in absentia, and you can't cross-examine his counsel. So we can go on with the case. If at the end of it you still want him, we'll let him come and be cross-examined.
I will accept at the convenience of the commission, my Lord, but it's very necessary that the petitioner is made available. Thank you, my Lord.
Yes. What about Faribe? Is he here now?
My Lord, it appears he's not here. He's not here.
You can't contact him by phone or any?
My Lord, like we said, we experienced difficulty.
What we wanted was money.
We wanted to even reach him to give him that money to come down, so that anybody that can help us to locate his address, we can reach him and assist him with the fund.
That's where I asked counsel for the petitioner to see if you can help us locate him.
My Lord, somebody in confidence has promised to help us here after today's date.
All right.
Yes, my
so
Lord.
So you make sure he appears in
the
adjourned date.
Yes, my Lord. But my Lord, before adjourning, there is a serving army officer, a major, who has been following us since Lagos, and he has not been given opportunity to actually come in and respond to the allegation against him in respect of this petition. He is still serving, and he comes all the way from Enugu, I believe, and that's Major Murmuni. He has been coming even since Tuesday. He has been here. So if my Lord, his evidence, I believe, will be short. If my Lord will permit him to go into the witness box, his counsel will lead him to respond to the allegation.
Why not? Call him.
Yeah, Major Murmuni.
Please swear him.
Is not a sixth witness.
Yes, my lord.
I, Major Murmuni Bashir, do solemnly swear that the evidence I shall give before this honorable commission shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Yes?
Please tell the commission your full names, your address, where you live, and what you now do for a living.
My name is Major A.S. Murmuni Bashir. I reside at Agbakpa Cantonment in Enugu. I'm serving with 82 Div of the Nigerian Army.
You are a soldier?
Yes, sir.
Now, as at the time in question, that is between the 20th of December 1997 and January 1997, where were you?
I was in Lagos. I was serving in the 9th Motorized Brigade, Ikeja Military Cantonment, Lagos.
Now, when were you posted to Jos?
I was not posted. On 29th December, my commander told me that I should get ready and report to Jos, that I will be joining the investigation team in Jos. Even though he said he didn't know exactly what role I was going to play.
Now, when you got to the tribunal in Jos, what duties were assigned to you?
I arrived just on the 1st of January 1998, and sometimes around 3rd or 4th, the administrative instructions for the Special Investigation Panel was released, and I was appointed the security officer to the Special Investigation Panel. That is, I'm responsible to security at the SIP venue, the security of anybody that comes in and goes out, the security of materials, the inner and outer cordon of the SIP venue, and also I have the duty to liaise between the Special Investigation Panel and any detainee that will be brought there.
When you say you also a liaison between the panel and any detainee, what do you specifically mean?
I'm supposed to have a regular and constant audience with the detainees, listen to their problems, and convey it to the SIP chairman or the secretary of the SIP to see how it could be solved.
Now, do you recall when General Diya came to Jos?
General Diya was brought to Jos on the 6th of January 1998.
When were you in Jos?
I came to Jos 1st of January 1998.
At any point in time relevant to this matter, were you ever posted or served in Abuja?
No, my lord.
Were you ever a member of the Presidential Strike Force?
No, my lord.
Even while in Jos, did you ever serve as a member of the strike force?
No, my lord.
Now, in your liaison between the military tribunal in Jos and the detainees, did you ever serve or look into the welfare of General Diya?
Very well, my lord. Like I said, I was the liaison officer between the detainees and the SIP, and later the SMT. And every aspect of the detainees' welfare was conveyed through me to the SIP.
How did you look into the welfare of General Diya? Please, can you tell the commission how you took care of him or how you looked into his welfare?
When General Diya was brought, he complained of certain ailments. And we got the prison doctors and the military doctor to look at him. And he was examined. And we realized that there was a need for a consultant to look at him. And we applied. And the SIP also applied to the Plateau State government. And one Dr. Malu was secured from the Jos University Teaching Hospital. And he started attending to Generals Diya, General Olarewaju, and General Adisa, the three of them in particular, and any other person that the other doctors could not handle. Dr. Malu will visit them. When General Diya was brought, he was, for the first few days, the doctors were examining him. It took the SIP about a week or so to secure Dr. Malu. And sometimes middle of January, I think General Malu started attending to General Diya and General Olarewaju and General Adisa.
Now, do you have any reports submitted by Dr. Malu?
Dr. Malu, like any other person, relates to me, to the SIP. Whatever his requirements, drugs, whatever, he relates to me to the SIP. And periodically, he gives report of his patients, which I normally take and hand over to the SIP.
Do you have this report with you?
Yes, my lord. I have one of the reports, the one he gave sometimes in June. I'm not, early June.
Please, can we take a look at the report? My lord, I seek to tender the report, sir.
What for the last exhibit? 37 is 38. Exhibit 38.
Please, can you read out that portion of the report which affects General Diya?
It was dated 3rd of June 1998. Medical report on General Diya, General Adisa, and General Olarewaju. I have been rendering medical attention to above 3 generals at the Jos prison, SIP SMT, since middle of January this year. The summary of the report is as given below. 1, General Diya. He has both diabetes, mellitus, and hypertension. The diabetes was initially difficult to control, but it was eventually controlled and has been stable since February. The hypertension is also well controlled. He is currently on Movas 5 milligram daily for hypertension and Diamil 5 milligram daily for diabetes. He is generally in a good state of health. We have not been able to explain why he has frequent micturition in the early hours of the morning. We cannot carry out certain investigations in confinement, neither is it critical to do them now. It was signed by Dr. A.O. Malu, FMCP, consultant physician.
Now, while in Jos prison, you also had responsibility for the day-to-day care of all these detainees, particularly the generals. Please tell this commission what you had to do to make them comfortable as an officer assigned to take care of their welfare.
Yes, sir. First, when they came, most of them only brought the clothes they were wearing on. So we had to secure clothes for them. Most of them requested for jeans and t-shirts, which we got for each and every one of them. Except at the initial stage, General Olaruwaju said he didn't want anything. Then we secured for them blankets, canvas shoes, stockings, pullovers, that is military cardigans. General Diya called me and requested for additional blanket, which I gave to him. Then, like I said, when Dr. Malu started attending to the generals, he said that there's need for them to be placed on a special diet. So we made a request, and the Plateau State administrator then graciously agreed to be providing that special diet. He was eating special diet, which was being brought from the Plateau State Government House. He had his suitcase with his clothes on, so he was at liberty to change clothes anytime he wanted. He had toothbrush, toothpaste. We were giving him sweeteners, Kendorel. We were giving him bottled water to take.
When you say bottled water, what do you mean?
Ragolis. All we were giving him. In fact, I don't think there's anything General Diya requested that we did not give him.
Now, please take a look at paragraph 11 of Exhibit 1. That is General Diya's petition dated the 10th of August, 1999.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, he complains that he was constantly beaten by one Sergeant Rogers and Corporal Bitrus, and that he indeed reported this to you, and it is only after your intervention that they stopped beating him. Did General Diya ever report any case of beating to you while in Jos prison?
No, my lord.
So you're saying that it is not true. And were you aware of any complaint from any detainee of manhandlement or assault by any of the officers who are attached to them?
I remember very well Major B.M. Mohammed once complained to the tribunal that some people entered his cell and beat him up. He didn't complain directly to me. He made it during the proceedings. And General Malu called me and told me if I was not in the court then. So General Malu insisted that we must find out those who did that. And we went to the prison. We gathered all those that were on duty on that night, and all of them said nobody entered his cell. We tried everything. It was after then I assured him that nobody would touch him again. And I called all those who were there, and I warned them. And I'm glad to say that from that day, if Major Mohammed is here today, he will tell you, nobody harassed him.
No, but General Diya has referred to you as one of those who assaulted him and tortured him while in prison. Are these allegations true?
My Lord, I said earlier, when General Diya came, he was sick. And I personally went through so much to get a consultant for him. I had a responsibility to see that he was doing very well in the prison. How can I turn back and torture him? It's not possible. That did not happen. I wish he's here. I would have asked him straightforward, let him tell everybody here if he saw me torture him. And I am challenging everybody who was in Jos during the trial. Let him come forward and say he saw me when he was tortured, or I tortured him.
Now, you had nothing to do with General Diya's arrest.
No, my Lord.
You also had nothing to do with his detention.
No, my Lord.
And in fact, all you had to do was to ensure that you minimized his suffering while in detention.
Yes, my Lord. Not only General Diya, all the detainees.
My Lord, that's all I have for the witness.
Questions? Major Murmuni.
Yes, my Lord.
At the time General Diya was brought to Jos, was he handcuffed?
He was, my Lord.
And he was taken to the prison in that form?
Yes, my Lord.
Now, you said your role essentially was to look into the welfare of the detainees, and that you also acted as a liaison officer between the SIP and the detainees. Is that right?
Yes, my Lord. It was not my role to look into their welfare. My role is to liaise. Whatever complaints they have, I convey it to the SIP. Whatever result the SIP wants me to convey to them, I convey to them back to the prisons. The SIP chairman and later the president of the court had the sole responsibility to provide for their welfare.
And you ministered to their essential needs in the prison?
Yes, my Lord.
To ensure that anytime they were sick or had some uncommon ailments, that you look into it?
I don't look into it. If the man is sick, there are doctors in the prison. If the prison doctor could not handle it, the military doctor is there. If the military doctor could not handle it, that was why we secured Dr. Malu for them. Dr. Malu was the one who looked into their medical problems.
Okay. Now, you say you were in the 9th Motorized Brigade at the time your commander told you to move to Jos. Will you know why you were directed to move to Jos at that time?
Like I said, he told me to go to Jos and report to the SIP. He didn't tell me the role I was going to play in the SIP. He just said I was needed at the SIP, and I left.
Okay. Do you know Sergeant Rogers?
Yes.
Did you know the role he played at that time in Jos with respect to the petitioner?
I got to know Rogers on the 2nd of January, 1998, the day after I arrived Jos. He was part of the strike force. The strike force and troops from Brigade of Guards were stationed at the Jos prison. They were to provide security to the Jos prison. They were also part of the escort team that normally escort the detainees from Jos prison to the SIP. Rogers was one of them. And Rogers in Jos had always somebody commanding him. So he was one of the strike force chaps that were in Jos.
So you will not describe Rogers as an all-powerful man with respect to keeping of the detainees?
The detainees were kept with the assistant controller of prison in Jos. Rogers was not keeping them. So I don't know how he would have been powerful in keeping them.
Okay. Now, do you know that Sergeant Rogers appeared before this commission in Lagos, and he confessed that he actually tortured and beat General Diya several times in the prison, and he sought apology? Do you know?
If he did that...
Are you sure you're putting him correctly?
Pardon?
Are you sure?
But Lord,
have we got our transcript?
he came
of... have we got our transcript here? Lagos, not here.
But Lord, I
sure.
Yes, I started to correct it, but it was clear.
Right,
not
check up.
Much obliged, sir.
That he admitted.
Not in this petition. It was in another petition in which he lamented that General Diya was not.
No, we're talking about this petition.
Much obliged, sir.
That
he has not actually given,
admitted that
he has not given evidence before this commission in respect of this petition. My Lord, I think that at the moment, okay, Major Murmuni, please, do you know Lieutenant Ibrahim?
There was one Lieutenant H. Ibrahim.
Now, do you know the role he played?
Lieutenant Ibrahim is an officer of the army. As at then, he was a lieutenant serving with one of the Guards Brigade battalions. Just like Sergeant Rogers, Ibrahim too had a commander. He had a series of commanders in Jos. There is no way Ibrahim would have jumped up to act on his own. I know Ibrahim.
Now, you also know Major Argungu.
I know Major Argungu.
He was a member of the strike force.
I don't know. I know Major Argungu as a military police officer serving with Guards Brigade.
Did you see him severally in the prison premises at that time?
Never. The only time I saw Major Argungu at the prison was on the 5th of June when he came to convey the detainees to Abuja. Unfortunately, that trip was aborted. That was the only time he came to the prisons.
Do you also know Captain Bature?
I know Captain Bature. I want to believe you are referring to the security officer to the then Chief of Army Staff.
Yes.
I know him.
Will you know the role he played also?
No, my lord. Captain Bature was not in Jos with us. He came when his boss came to the panel. He followed his boss. He just came to the panel and left that same day.
At all material times, in Jos, he was not there.
Like I said, he was not in Jos except for that day that General Bamai came to Jos. That he came together with General Bamai. That was the only day Captain Bature was in Jos.
Now, you just said that, if I heard you well, that some people broke into the prison, that General Diya and other detainees complained. And some people came in and beat them.
I did not say General Diya. I said there was a question if anybody had complained of being tortured. And I said only Major B.A. Muhammad complained that somebody came to his room.
Now, I want us to make progress. There has been a legal definition of torture in many international instruments to include physical or psychological pain.
As a couple.
So if we all know that, if the council know that, cross-examination on torture will be superfluous, because if you've been to Intercenter, that center itself is torture. Without anybody touching you, going in there for 1 hour is torture. So let us know where we're going.
Now, you said General Diya complained of some ailments.
Yes, my lord.
Will you know what caused those ailments?
I don't know, my lord.
Now, did he also complain to you at any time that he was beaten by any of the officers I had earlier mentioned?
No, my lord.
He did not complain?
No, my lord.
Do you think that those officers could have indulged themselves in the act of beating General Diya in the prison?
I don't think so. The setup of the prison is in such a way that it is not possible. Even if it is possible, it will be very, very difficult for somebody to go and beat another person, especially the detainees as at then.
Now, did you attend the proceedings at the SMC at that time, at any time?
The SMT?
Yes.
Yes, my lord. Once in a while, I do go in. I am not, as the security officer of the SMT, I do go into the proceedings and come out.
Now, General Diya did not openly complain of harassment in the prison at any time.
My lord, if he has done it, and if he did it, General Malu would have taken it up. He did not do it. The very day Major Mohammed complained, I saw the fire in General Malu, and I knew if General Diya had complained, General Malu would have reacted.
Okay, right in the prison, was General Diya at that time handcuffed also?
He was, my lord.
Was he provided with beds?
No bed, my lord.
On the floor?
He had a blanket to the floor.
On the hard floor?
Well, floor.
Now, you were not keeping security in the prison at that time?
No, my lord.
So you will not know if General Diya was beaten by Sergeant Rogers or any of his agents at that time?
No, my lord. I visited the prison on daily basis, and I had audience with every detainee. Every day I visited the prisons, and I expected any detainee who was harassed, not even tortured, I expected any detainee who was harassed to have complained to me, and General Diya never complained to me. Never.
Are you sure you are speaking the truth before this commission? Are you sure you are speaking the truth?
Maybe you should call General Diya to answer the question.
General Diya had given evidence before this commission and stated clearly that he was beaten by Sergeant Rogers and all the rest of them.
My lord, the same General Diya wrote here that on the day he was arrested, I tortured him, and I was in Lagos. So how can that be?
So you seek to say that General Diya was not beaten at any time?
Look, if General Diya was beaten, I didn't know. He didn't tell me.
I put it to you that by the position you held at that time, it was rather impossible for you to know if Sergeant Rogers or any of the officers there beat General Diya or any of the detainees in the prison.
My lord, I am not telling you they didn't beat him. I'm not telling you they beat him. I'm telling you I didn't know. He didn't tell me.
Much obliged. So you are not really sure whether or not he was beaten in the prison?
The witness is telling you, I was not there. I did not beat him. I don't know whether anybody beat him. What does he want you to say?
Much obliged. Now, you said of one of the officers in the course of your evidence that he complained that somebody beat him. Was it Mohammed?
Major B.M. Mohammed.
How did you think that happened?
Well, like I said, it was very difficult because for every ward, we had a representative of the military intelligence, a representative of the prison officials, representative of the strike force, representative of brigade of guards. And the key is there central. No way you will go and carry this key and go to anybody's cell alone. So like I said, it was difficult. That was why when he complained, we gathered all those who were on duty. How could that happen? And all of them said, no, it never happened. And we warned them. They said Major Mohammed was hallucinating. And we said, look, next time he hallucinates, all of you will feel it. And he never hallucinated again. My Lord, it was not possible for anybody to go and open anybody's cell and beat him. Now, it could be arranged. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not telling you it happened. I'm not saying it's impossible. What I'm telling you is that if at all anybody was tortured, he should have had the courage to tell me. And if I didn't do anything, he can come here and complain.
It's okay. Now, on the day of the arraignment of General Diya before the SMT, it was both in hand chains and leg chains.
Yes, my
Can you
Lord.
confirm that?
He was, my Lord.
Okay. My Lord, that is all for this witness.
Yes, so that we can make progress. The witness is laying emphasis on circumstantial evidence. There is direct evidence, there's circumstantial evidence. If you can lay the foundation that there was torture, circumstantially, yes. Directly, this man can't say yes or no to torture.
Sorry, my Lord, can I just add one thing? The issue of leg chains and handcuffs, they are standard procedures with regards to coup detainees. And nobody will risk,
Only
nobody will
Only
risk
coup?
coup detainees, yes, my Lord.
Only coup?
Only coup.
I see.
Nobody will risk conveying or securing any detainee without handcuffs and leg chains. It's not possible. And the worst crime, the crime that is more than coup plot itself, is allowing a detainee to escape. And nobody was ready for that.
Yes?
My Lord, again, I'm Ibrahim Adamu.
It's opened a very wide window. Let's see whether lights will see the window is opened by the cross. And let's see. Go on.
My Lord, I'm cross-examining on behalf of Mohammed Abacha. Major Murmuni,
Sir.
You have read the petition of General Diya.
Yes, my Lord.
I want to draw your attention to paragraph 1A of the said petition.
That is summary of abuses?
Yes.
Okay, yes, my Lord.
Where a group known as the torture group is named.
Yes, my Lord.
Was there such a group that you were a member?
No, my Lord. I've never had that group torture, any group named torture group. I was not part of it. I was not in Abuja when General Diya was arrested.
No, take it easy. I take it for granted that you know Alhaji Mohammed Sani Abacha.
Yes, my Lord.
You knew him before the incidents of this coup.
Yes, my Lord.
Do you know if he ever served in the army?
Mohammed Abacha was in the academy.
Which academy?
Nigerian Defense Academy. He was about a year my junior in NDA, but he didn't finish. He dropped along the way. If that is serving in the army, well, he served for that period, but he was never commissioned.
Thank you. Now, may I ask whether you worked with Alhaji Mohammed throughout this period? I mean, I'm talking of the period of your assignment in relation to the coup.
In fact, I've never, from NDA, I've never sat down with Mohammed. I only met him once or twice. We shook hands and he left. I have never worked with him.
Did you see Alhaji Mohammed in Jos?
No, my Lord.
What would be your reaction if you are told that Mohammed, along with you and others, tortured some detainees, including one Colonel Shodi, Major Shodipe, amongst whom one Lieutenant Mohammed and Lieutenant Colonel Akiode were dead? What will be your reaction to such an allegation?
It's absurd, my Lord. I saw it and I felt bad that people who have risen to certain hide, and you think they can add 2 plus 2, can just do this. I am terribly shocked and ashamed.
Thank you. Now, was there any case of reported death of coup suspects in custody who died as a result of torture?
No, my lord. I don't know somewhere else, but throughout our stay in Jos, no, my lord.
You will therefore be surprised to hear that any Lieutenant Lance Corporal Mohammed was tortured to death, to the best of your knowledge.
No, my lord. All the people that were brought to Jos left Jos alive, and as far as I'm concerned, all of them left Jos hale and healthy.
Thank you. You would also be, would you be aware if Lieutenant Colonel Akiode was tortured?
No, my lord. I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Only Major Mohammed complained of torture. Only Major B.M. Mohammed complained. And I'm going to say it again. Somebody should have had the courage. Look, if you see the way we were with them in Jos, you'll be surprised. We brought ourselves so low, especially to those who are our superiors, so that they will be able to communicate to us. And I see no reason why somebody should have swallowed it and kept it to himself, that he was tortured. And he couldn't tell us in Jos. He couldn't tell the prison officials. He couldn't tell his lawyers. He couldn't tell General Malu. Major Mohammed told General Malu nothing happened to him. I expected anybody who had been tortured to have also mentioned it to General Malu. Nobody did it. Nobody mentioned it to General Malu.
Thank you. Lastly, I want to understand that Alhaji Mohammed Sani Abacha never had any role to play in the coup trial detention of detainees at Jos throughout the period.
Never.
Thank you.
Any other cross-examination?
Well, that's all for the witness, my lord.
Any question for him?
None.
Thank you very much. Next witness.
Where is this man?
Sorry, just maybe this is not, this point is not relevant to your testimony. But I find it very curious. I think you made an outstanding statement to the effect that something that is worse than a coup plot is to allow a suspect to escape.
Yes, my lord.
Can we then assume from what you're saying that no amount of, I don't know how to put it now, but there is nothing that is not allowable as long as it helps to secure the suspect?
No, it's not like that, my lord. You see, there are responsibilities assigned. Some people who are assigned the responsibility of interrogating this suspect. Some people are assigned the duties of defending them in court. Some people are assigned the duties of securing them. And if you secure a detainee, and his lawyer came in the morning and saw him with a battered eye, that lawyer should take it up. So the lawyer's responsibility is there to defend his client. The person interrogating is there to interrogate the client. Somebody is there to secure. It will be very painful for me to wake up to be called to say that somebody I was supposed to secure is there with blood. It means I didn't secure him. Because securing him, first and foremost, I have to secure him from any outside threat. I have to secure him from any internal threat. I even have to secure him from himself. There could be detainees that would like to even take their lives. I have to secure him from himself. So securing him means everything. It means if you are giving somebody who is hale and healthy, you must present him like that.
No, I mean, this security is very important because under apartheid, black detainees were not allowed soap in case they slipped on the soap and fell. So the point I'm making is when you talk about securing the man from himself, the first thing is that he doesn't have a lawyer of his choice. So, and then if, as we had in the case of Guadabe, it is totally outside the power of the lawyer to be able to say what condition the man is in. Because if a lawyer said, for example, I like the chains on my client's feet to be taken off, is that within your power to do?
We did it in Jos when they came to have sessions with their lawyers, because I have no security responsibility in the prisons. I have security responsibilities at the SIP. And they will tell you whenever they came to the SIP and they were consulting with their lawyers, we lose their handcuffs and leg chains.
Okay, no, thank you. This is not about you. It's just about.
No, I'm telling you, sir. I can only discuss what happened in Jos.
Thank you very much.
Yes, my lord.
Now that this has come in, let us clear our minds. Normally, you don't handcuff and leg chain people. Normally.
No, my lord.
When do you do that?
If certain threats exist, my lord, you secure the detainee. We have, like if you go to some detention camps, you see people walking about.
Don't talk too much, just short answers. You said that coup plot is a very serious offense.
Yes, my lord.
And that the normal procedure is to secure them by handcuffs and leg chains.
Yes, my lord.
Good. And you have also said normally you don't handcuff or leg chain people.
No, my lord.
But you do that only to coup plotters.
Yes, my lord.
Whether they are violent or not,
Whether
they want to run away or not.
Whether they are violent or not, my lord.
I see. Well, normally again, will handcuff and leg chain constitute torture? Normally. Take away coup plotting. Normally.
No, my lord.
They don't.
They don't.
If you hand chained and leg chained, you don't feel pain.
No, the chains, the handcuffs are not supposed to pain you.
They're not painful.
They are supposed to restrict you.
I see. They're not painful.
They are not, my lord.
I see.
They are supposed to restrict you.
Any other witness?
Yes, sir. Don't know. Actually, Major Agungu, you had elected to cross-examine Diya first before you give evidence. So it's idea for Diya to come. Eh? Since you want to cross-examine him, it's better for him to be here when you are giving evidence. It's better. Please, yes, another day. You can have Major General Magashi.
Sorry. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Major.
Sir.
Sorry, we're still taking you back on this issue of standard practice.
Yes, sir.
Because it's important.
Yes, sir.
I take it that, like you said, it is standard practice in all coups or coup-related cases that are featured in the country. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then secondly, this standard practice, did it evolve, is it statutorily backed or it just evolved from unwritten laws of the military?
Yes, yes, my lord. It once started growing up in the service, and you are seeing it.
Yeah.
Coups happening, people are being secured, and all of a sudden you have that responsibility.
That's right.
And you just do what others did before you.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
All right. There's no law as such, but it just evolved from practice of the
yes,
military.
My lord.
Yes. Okay.
With the greatest respect, my lord, Major General Magashi has just been called, and I'd like to apologize to the Honorable Tribunal that he is unable to attend due to very serious pressing family matters. I would like to apologize on behalf of my client. But he would unfailingly be here at the next adjourned date.
Yes.
We can call out Air Vice Marshal Idi Musa.
I'm sorry, my lord. I have always been appearing for Idi Musa, but inadvertently I couldn't announce my appearance today.
I hope they have recorded you.
They
Yes,
have.
next witness.
So my name is Bala Ibn Allah, my lord, and I appear for Idi Musa. Mr. Akaka will bear me witness that Idi Musa has consistently appeared, even as at yesterday, waiting to be heard in respect of this matter.
He's not present today.
He's not present, my lord, and I sincerely
Can you call
apologize for
another
his
witness
absence.
when he comes? You call him.
Yes, my lord. We are grateful.
Call another witness. Let's make progress.
We can call on Brigadier General Sabu, I.A. Sabu.